How long does it really take to see results from a fertilizer and weed control plan? Here's the honest timeline. In New York, with cool season lawns and almost any other climate or region, you will most likely see a lot of change in year one. But how much depends on how bad the lawn is, how early you get started in the season, which program you choose, and if you're following all of our advice. The sooner you get started, the better, because 1 year is almost never enough time to bring the lawn to its max potential. Year one is all about control. We clean up most of the weeds, we get our protection locked in, and we start dialing in pH and macros, the micros, and all by testing and correcting separately from your regular lawn treatments program. You can often see the visible green up within a month of the first treatment, but here's the part that no one tells you. On the toughest lawns, year one can look like you went backwards. Sometimes the lawns that need the most work don't even look like they would to the untrained eye. You may think you have a great canvas to start with, but some lawns are deceptive, and they house many grassy weeds and unwanted species. Sometimes we hear things like, "My neighbor's lawn looks better this summer," and they don't even get treatments. This can be a hard truth to handle, but weeds are often greener than a turf stand that's going through a big change. As we eliminate unwanted weeds and grasses, the lawn can temporarily look thinner, especially in extreme cases. Things won't magically just change because we applied some product. It takes time for it to move into the soil or the plant and produce an effect. pH correction alone can take months or sometimes an entire season, because even after the soil is in optimal range, the plant still has to metabolize the newly unlocked nutrients. So if you're in year one and it's not perfect yet, that doesn't mean it's failing. It means we're building the foundation or rebuilding the foundation. And after your first season, nutrients are usually dialed in if you're following our advice. So year two is where we really push the growth, both above the surface and below down in the root zone. So if you're overseeding every year and following proper watering and mowing advice, those thin areas will have started and will continue filling in with the grasses you actually want. This is where turf density improves, the color pops, and by the end of year two, if you reflect back on the past 2 seasons, you will see very clear differences, night and day. Keep in mind that our top programs will always outperform our essentials plan, but even if you just get our essentials plan, that outperforms most companies' top program. If we handle the nutrition and the advisement and you handle those cultural practices, it helps point you in the right direction, so read and watch what we send you. Year 3 is that final push towards your lawn's max potential. Perfection depends on several variables here. Do you have irrigation? Are you mowing with sharp blades? Is there enough sun? And what kind of soil do you have beneath the surface? A lawn sitting on sandy loam with good sun and great irrigation will perform very differently than one over shale and compact clay in heavy shade. And perfection means maximizing what your property allows, not always having that golf course lawn. So if you expect a perfect lawn in one season, you're likely going to be disappointed unless you're already starting 80% of the way there. On average, plan to see change in year one, big results in year two, and full potential is typically a 3-year process. And if you want a realistic timeline for your specific property, book a phone assessment today if you haven't already, and we'll walk you through how we collect the data to achieve the maximum results. And be honest, are you in year 1, 2, or still thinking about getting started? Let us know in the comments how long you've been working at it.